Okay, so I crashed. I think I should be back and just test that everything's working fine. Okay, I think everything should in theory be back to normal. In theory, everything should be good now. Okay. So I think what I want to try is maybe if I do increase the geometry by maybe 1. I don't want to be too dense. But let's see if I just divide one more time and go back with increased intensity. And too much, way too much. Let's take that back to 8. Yeah. So I need to test this against the skin, more of like a reptile creature skin. I think together actually I'll use them both because they both sort of add the elements that I'm looking for. But I'll add the reptile one afterwards. So I'll start off with the regular one, and I've got quite a few skin textures that I've built up over the years. I could start with some of the normal human ones actually. These are more like click and drag. Not quite the effect that I would like, but it's there. Not as visible. So I will adjust and go back to human skin. Especially around the eye areas. There we go. Okay, I need to also adjust certain areas I want a bit more. Just give it like an extra dry feel to it. Other areas will be a bit softer, but mostly just try to get a nice even tone to it. I do want to keep that inner part a bit smoother. this whole part that I'm doing does require patience, but because I'm building on something that I've already done, I sort of have an idea or a rough idea of what I want and what I want the final output to look like. So I'm just gonna speed through this part. What did that mean? Okay. Oh yes, at the top there. Okay, so let's go back to the eyes, and in here, a few things I'm gonna do. Sharpen some of the lines. Several brushes I could use for that. Right now, what is this brush? I want to try. No, not this one. Oh, sorry, I'm just in my zone. I'm in the zone talking to myself, trying to get the work done. The music helps me stay in the zone. But thanks, man. Thanks. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Also, I do want to turn this into a video later on. So if I record and I've got like the audio, it just helps not to like have to re-record afterwards. But yeah, I appreciate that. What was I doing here? Oh yes, the eyes. I wanted to make this part sharper. Let's actually use damp standard for that. I think maybe should I probably put in, I think the sharp area should be fine. Let's inverse that. There we go. Probably this area as well. Let's change that to add. Giving some of these areas some sharpness just to make them a bit more defined. Yeah, you can see the difference. I can work with that. I can work with that. It is kind of hard. It is a little bit hard, but when you get used to it, you just get into the flow. Get into the flow of things. And yeah, I'm actually funny enough. I'm doing this one because I haven't been on Zip. I've got like a day job, so I've been working for a while, and I'm starting with this one because I just wanted to get back into the working flow, because I've got a bigger project, like a full character to do afterwards. So I'm using this as a way to like reintroduce myself to the software, and then after that, I'm gonna start working on the full character. It's like a different full character that I worked on previously, and then I want to take it in here, give it all the detail, and really just go in on that one. I teach for a living, so I teach art, animation, 2D, 3D, depending on where they want to put me, really. And then I figured, you know what, might as well do it, create my own stuff on the side. And sort of getting towards the end of the year, so now I've got more time to just work on my own creations. I think one of the thanks, man. I think one of the toughest part about being in education is that you don't really get time to work on your own stuff, and then you've got like students who are really good, and then they're like, well, let's see your stuff. So I like to, whenever I get a chance, to really just like create some of my own stuff, so these kids know that, hey, I can actually do this. Also, where's my music? Let's get that back. I like that classical vibe. Yeah. I should also why'd you stop? You should probably get back to it, man. I think, or maybe if you don't have time, but sometimes drawing is nice to just like get your thoughts out there. I feel you. So I'm just trying to look at my music. I'll get back to the work in a second. I think this track should be fine. Oh, okay, cool. What are your interests at the moment? I had something open and now I cannot find it. Oh well. Back to the work, I guess. That is sad. That is sad. For study is sad. Is it something you're at least somewhat related to? Like, not related, but like something that you kind of like, at least? Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that, but I mean, hopefully there's an end, and then after that you can get back to whatever it is that you prefer or want to do. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. If I'm being honest, I wasn't actually expecting anyone to be here. That's why I was just like in the zone talking to myself, but appreciate that, man. doesn't work. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Oh, glad I'm popping up on people's feeds. Flabbergasted. It's funny. And you know what? I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Hopefully, I think because with my work, things stop getting hectic in the next like week or so. So I'm starting now just like sort of ramp up, but afterwards I think I should be a bit more consistent, creating a lot more stuff, maybe streaming a bit more. So yeah, there'll be like a lot more content, and I'm also going to convert the stuff I do into videos. So if you want, you can catch some of the stuff later. Currently, a lot of the stuff that I do, I just make and then I just make videos. But I don't know, maybe in future I'm considering making tutorials for some of the stuff. Still not sure yet, but I'll see. But for now, I'm just like creating and then seeing where things go. Funny enough, this one in particular, in October, there is a thing that there's a couple odd things that run. There is, why am I blanking on the names now? There's Inktober, where every day you get a different prompt and you just draw stuff. So I've got a few friends that do that. And then I think there's also Digital Art October. I don't know what the name is for that. And then this was Sculptover, where you get a different prompt and you make a sculpture every day. So I did that. Do I touch grass? Yes, I do. Not as much, but I do have a mandatory touch grass weekend. Like every now and then I'm like, okay, I need to go out, see some sun, see the world. It might not be long, but I mean, I touch grass just a little bit. That's funny. But I think it's also because I have people that people in my family who are like, listen, you cannot stay cooped up in your room all day. So I end up just going along with it, I guess. Thank you, thank you. I'm trying to think. I don't want to add too much to this because I fear sometimes adding too much I might ruin it. There's just two more things that I'm thinking of adding, and then I want to see what it would look like if I started adding color. But in terms of like from where I started to now, I think I'm happy with where it's looking. Let it even load. Oh no, don't crash, please don't crash. Please don't crash. Okay, so from here to where I am now. Please don't crash, please don't crash. Yeah, I'm happy with this. You know what? I will look into that. Maybe it will be possible. Yeah, I was definitely clinching at that point. Yeah, so I'm just getting your messages up here. At this point, I just want to make it easier for me to see what you're typing, but I don't like color. Oh no, that's all good, all good. Maybe if I... there you are. Okay, that did nothing. If I'm being honest, I have no idea why I made him have a bowl cut. It's one of those things where I was just doing something very fast. Like I started off with like a sphere, so I had no idea what I was creating. Then it started looking like a monkey, and I was like, oh, okay, let's go with that, I guess. And then from that point, it started looking like a weird half monkey, half whatever. And then I thought, you know what, let's give him some hair. And that's the kind of hair he ended up with. So it was all, nothing was planned. Absolutely nothing was planned. I am turning 29. I'm chasing my 30s. Well, 28 at the moment. Sorry, I'm gonna get back to it now. I'm just trying to fix this overlay. That is funny. That is actually funny. Oh yeah, then you've got time. I mean, I know you said earlier that you forced to go back and like focus on school, but what, 2-3 more years, and then you can basically do whatever you want, study wise, or focus on whatever you want. Hello. Yeah, my overlay is a bit bugged. It's funny. Let's change this to. Okay, this thing is really bugged. I'm just gonna leave it. Okay, so back to this. I wanted some of these areas to be really messed up, so I'm gonna go in back to my textures, and I'm gonna use the creature skin to really just go in and mess up some of these areas. Yeah. Should have turned symmetry on, but it's okay. Going up here, definitely under the eyes. Got that mug. It's got that hectic mug. And then behind. And then just for some nice finer details, I can add in, I mean, this part doesn't make sense, but I'm gonna add them anyways because they look cool. Some veins. Yeah, something on this side. Just for some finishing touches. No, all good, all good. Ooh, I can actually add a few around the eyes. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for chatting. Good luck with these studies. And I appreciate you for coming through. Cheers. Hello. Edit zone Wukong. Oh my god. Raven. I'm just gonna call you Raven because I can't say the full thing. Hi, hello. At this point I want to be careful not to add too much. I think I'm just going to start with adding the color now. Okay, let's bring back everything so he has this little crown that he has. Okay, so in order to do the color, firstly I need to switch my material. Oh, I feel like this part is a bit empty though. Okay, I think let me not be lazy. Let me just add more texture to this area. I need dryness. What will give me dryness? Could use this again. Yeah. Let's hide you for a second. Okay, let me be smart about this. I'm gonna create a mask so that I only work in this area. Oops. There we go. Okay, with the mask, then I just invert it, and now I only work on the mask. Okay. I can actually make this bigger now. Yeah. Okay, I think this works. Yeah, there we go. That looks a lot better. And then I just need to clean up. Actually, I don't even need to clean up the edge. I think it works as is. Okay, so let's bring back the crown. Okay, so from here I think I can finally start with adding color. So first things first is change my material to something, I think skin shade 4 is probably the best. Skin shade 4, so yeah, I'll be able to really see like the colors that I add nicely. For this, it's best to have a reference. I do not. I'm just gonna wing it really, based on whatever comes to mind. I've got a general idea of what I want, but nothing. I'm just gonna go back to music. I've got a base idea of what I want, but nothing specific really. So base color, I'm gonna go for like a light brown, because I want to go for like browns, bronzes, and like some hints of like gold. That's what I'm mainly going for. So in the color tab, I'm gonna go to like brownish base. Maybe it's a lighter one. Yeah, somewhere towards the grays. Okay, that works as my base. But how things work with Zbrush is you have to, this is just like a preview, but I want to apply it to this, because if you look over here, it's actually still white. So go to the color tab and I want to fill the object. So now it is filled with color. Oh, that was quick. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm starting to add a bit of color to it. So I'm starting off with like a base color. Yeah, like a crown and everything. What was that? Okay. Deal with that later. So that's the base. Then I'll go in and just start adding some other colors, like some rough colors, just to give me something to work with before I really go into detail. So I wanted to go with like browns, obviously. There's some browns and light browns, dark browns. So let's do some of the basic shading areas, and turn off the add, turn on color. And typically would go for spray and 7. That is definitely not working. Back here. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Don't want any of that, just want color. For this section, I definitely should have a reference. I do not. So I am not hopeful in terms of how it's gonna look, but I was like, this is like my trial character anyways. So I'm not really like particular about how it ends up looking. It's like my testing character. adding in all the dark areas. Well, not all of them, but some of like the main dark areas. Yeah, of course you can. Let's do this. You can take a screenshot. Should be enough for you to take a screenshot. Okay. Go in there, add more color. Pleasure. I'm afraid I don't want this to be like a long process, so I didn't go in and do a lot of research in terms of like the types of colors I can use and what looks good. Oh yeah, I've seen that meme. It's funny. Oops, too much. You know, I really appreciate that you're liking the work. That's in the dogs or the bottom. Let's do this. Okay, let's go for a different brown. That's funny. Hey man, if I'm in the Indian feeds, that's good. for more maroon, deep red. I am from South Africa. What about you? Too much. I'm a native. Yap away. That's all good. Let's go for some blues. It's too blue. For slightly darker. Yeah, actually, that was the point. Like to dehydrate him like a ton, dry skin and everything. I think that's like when I was building it. I was like, I think I started with one side and I was like, let me just make the whole character or the whole thing look dehydrated. So let's go to the hair. At this point, I don't even think he remembers what water tastes like. Yeah, you're not pretty much dead actually. Pretty much already gone. Thanks. Definitely coffee bean vibes. This bowl cut. Funny enough, when I first started it, I don't even know when I did it. I mean, I told you earlier that I didn't actually have an idea. I just started making it, and then as things started to like come together, I built on that. When I started like adding the details, at first I was like, let's make it like wood-like, especially with this, very wood-like. And then I was like, maybe wood, stone, dried raisin. Dobby's disciple. Yes, definitely Dobby's disciple. Definitely Dobby's disciple. It's funny. Okay. Let's see how we can improve this guy. much, maybe. Yeah, I agree. That was too much. The software Zbrush does basically all of it, like sculpting, texturing, all of it. I want to try that again, but I want to use less because that was a bit too much. That was a bit too much. And then maybe use more of the same brown. And decrease the opacity by a lot. And then see what that does. Okay, and then that did absolutely nothing. Maybe. Yeah. The wood was like the base, and like even though I added details on top, I think the wood still kind of remained kind of still there. I think the color is too similar. Okay, you can kind of see that I've added it. Let's go slightly darker. You mean me personally? Whatever snacks I'm feeling like that day, really. It's also why I need to touch grass a lot, because not one of the healthiest in terms of like snack vibes. Oh, at this point, I don't think he eats anymore. I think he's long gone. I need to get like some dry grays. Actually, it's looking too alive. Let's add them here. Honestly, I don't even know when, but it just, yeah. I don't know when it refreshes. Sorry. I need to check on that overlay at some point. I didn't really set it up properly. Yeah, I'll try fix it next one. This will be the light one. I think I'm almost at the point where I'm okay with it, especially because again this is like my test before I do my actual character. So I'm almost at a point where I'm like, this is good. It's good enough. I think I want it to look like some corpse that was dug up. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Let's work on this now. I think a good base color for this would be some sort of brown, maybe, or yo, thank you for coming through in your alt. Appreciate that. I'm not gonna do too much with this one. Yeah, I think I do want it to be a lot brighter. So I'm going for these colors. But I also want them to like get a nice mix. I wanted to give it the vibe that it's like being dug up. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think? Thanks, man. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for liking the stuff. Thank you for telling your friend about it. Thank you for everything. Thank you. Really appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'm actually finishing now as well. I'm just going to do some last minor touches and then I'm going to end as well. So yeah, you're not missing anything. So yeah, thank you. Thank you again. For the next one, I think I'll create like a better place to put the chatbot. Right now, maybe I should leave it here actually. Maybe that's like a nice better area. But I think I'd rather create a better overlay for it. I just wanted a bit of gold on his face as well. So with this on, that. Actually, can add a bit more box to it. Yeah, I'm happy with the work, happy with how it looks. Let me just make sure I save everything and do not lose my work. Yeah, that's about it. I'm going to probably put this into Blender and light it, just see what it looks like. But yeah, I'm gonna end here for now. Maybe in the next one I'll start off with like lighting it, and then I'll go into my other character and reworking with that second character. But that one's gonna be a long stream. This is relatively short. Yeah, the next one's gonna be a lot longer. Anyways, thank you Dixie for tuning in, even with the alt. And yeah, hopefully you tune in on the next one. Cheers.